Hello and welcome back to Swanage Model Railway. In this video, as you can probably tell, I have myself a full rake of Coronation coaches. And you may also realise we're not on Swanage, as these coaches won't actually run on the portable, they'll be meant for my home layout, which we're currently on. So yeah, I've got the full 9-car rake, which includes the observation coach. I've already got some running clips at my club, but this will be the first video involving my home layout. And everything you see will be demolished and built better, because this one's not really working for me. But anyway, let's move on to the coaches. So we'll move there and start with the first carriage, or first box. So we've got coaches A and B in this coach, which are the third class brake, which is coach A, and kitchen third, which is coach B. These are articulated ones. I've had a few running sessions with these. So usually immediately when you open the box you get a little card with a warning about the fine lettering and detailing on the side. It also details how the couplings go and extra brake piping. Then on the reverse side you've got how to couple them together, which is quite simple. You've then got different corridor ends, so you can have the normal corridor door shape ones, or you can go for the streamlined connections, which is what I've gone for. And then a little diagram on the bottom which shows how they go together. So you've got the normal door, which comes first. You get a blanking cap on them as well. The brake units have the word Coronation going across them. So that would be coach A, which I've got equipped. All my other ones I've gone for the blanked ends. This one is for the observation car, so that's got a different mounting system, as these ones are blank ends. That one's actually got the door on it. I'll show that when it gets to that stage. There is one thing with the observation card that I am not particularly happy about, which will require me to do some modification. So I'll just get the camera angle in. So this is how they come packed. You get your little accessories bag with different coupling types, brake pipes. You got the end covers, and then yeah, one streamlined end there and the corridor end. But that's because I've already set these coaches up. Included in that pack are also magnetic couplers. So let's get coach A out. So here we go. Very, very beautiful coaches. The shine and shimmer off that silver for a start. Then we've also got the red and white wheels. And a very nice pickup solution going off the spikes at the end with an isolated axle. First place I've seen this done was on a set of Bachmann bird cages, which were pretty good, low resistance on rolling. Then we've got the corridor end, which quite unique, I suppose. Lots of interior detail and bits, so we'll put this over here. I'll bed it out on the rails in front of the thing. And we'll get out its other half. Now, I tend to pull these out via the buffers, just to get a bit of leverage on them. So this is the other half of the double, so only one axle. We've got kinematic couplings on all of them. So I've already fitted the Hornby magnetic couplings provided in the sets. On coach A, I've obviously fitted a KD coupler because that's what I use and it's standard across my entire range of stock. I don't like the tension locks. So again, good pickups, amazing detail. And what I was touching on earlier of the ends, so this is a smooth end one, because this is a streamlined one, that literally pulls off with magnets. And you can put a standard end onto that as well. So if I just grab the other carriage, this one has currently got the standard end on it, so it's got the little cap on here as well. So this whole bit comes off. So you can turn it into streamline end. And then you've also got the little corridor cap, which clips on. And the easiest way to connect these is just to get myself in camera shot. Like that. So if I zoom that out slightly, move that box, we can and you won't see a gap between this joint, which is quite cool. Don't have any power in the layout at the moment, so I'll get that powered up in a moment anyway. So if I just throw that point, down the tracks into a little siding. All the other coaches are pretty much packed the same. So if we grab the next lot, again, all the same load out type, so we'll go through each coach having a look at it. So this is coach C, which if I uncover the box, double first, so it's a double open first, which is coach C. So again, absolutely lovely detail. I've got the blanked end for the streamlined setup. Most details are similar, so we've got green curtains, which is quite nice. Different table design, they're more circle tables, which pretty nice to see differencing in class. Now I don't tend to hold it by the lettering or the silver, I hold it by the bottom bit and the roof, because the silver is quite delicate. So this next coach is coach D. Guessing this is a first open as well. Yeah, because it's a double, so it's very much similar interior to the last one. Got them absolutely beautiful lettering and numbering on the side of the carriage. Again, I fitted the magnets to the ends. No sprung buffers on this, I've noticed. So if we just couple these two together, like that. Then we'll pack up the box. And then we'll drop this down into another siding. And again, my layout is not level, so they're just rolling in. Alright, which ones are you? Ah, you're a third, so you're the last set. So let's have a look at this one. F and E. So again, same sort of packaging, very beautiful coaches. What class are we looking at? So open third for E and a kitchen third is F. Again, absolutely beautiful coaches. So we're back to the rectangular tables, but I'm guessing you'll be able to see all the interior details once I have power on the track. But yeah, do love the look of these coaches. So we get that on the tracks, then get her second out. We again have a similar looking kitchen. But yeah, the shared axle will always sit on the lead coach for these ones. I've noticed when I've had one of these sets the opposite way around, I think it was this one, that it kept derailing. So if we just chuck that down to a siding now. And then we can move on to the last set for the 8 coaches. What's it? Which is this one. So we've got G and H. I know a lot of people are probably wanting me to get onto the observation car already. So here we go, coach G. So pretty much replicating everything that I've gone over. It's pretty similar to the other 6 we've already looked at, so I'll just place that one over here. And then we've got coach H, which is the last one before the observation car. So we have another brake coach. Can't get over how nice these coaches look with the silver. the shimmer it provides. I will reverse all these coaches in a second because I just loaded them all on backwards. So ideally we want it this way round. So we'll run that down. That was a lot shorter sided than I thought it was. Which is why I'm redoing this entire layout. Because my tracks are all over the place. Right. So what most people would think is the key event. The most unique carriage I feel out there at the moment is this, the observation coach. So let's get it open. This is mod based off the one currently in the 1-to-1 collection. Again, you get the same piece of paper that you get in the other ones. Same foam packing. Now, this is quite a unique carriage, I feel. So we've got red tail lights, the beautiful lettering of the coronation on the end, a little bit of dust where I've actually had it out for a few times. Now you won't see the beautiful interior seating until I've got it on the track and the lights are on. But with the others we have the exact same wheel types. And I've just got a bit of poor lighting in here as well, so that doesn't help. Now, with the tail end of this one, so I've still done the same blanking plate, it's still got the magnet. Blanking plate is about half the thickness this time around. And we've got a standard door on the end. Now I'm going to quickly get the parts out, because this is the coach that I've got the issue with. So, as usual, you get different coupling types to go between the coaches. So you get a solid draw bar, you got your extra brake piping. Now to continue at the end of the carriage, out of the box, it comes with this fitted. So you've got the corridor connection. You can just chuck the blanking plate on the end of that, but because I've gone streamlined the whole way through, I decided to remove that for the blanking one. Came with a magnet, I've always stated that I've put that on, still kinematic. Now my issue is, as my layout is going to be double layer, so it's going to have a lower level yard, I need a way of connecting to both ends of the engine, or the train, I should say. Unfortunately, thankfully this time around, unlike the other Devon Bell observation car, which I had to modify, Hornby have quite nicely provided a coupling which I just dropped on the floor. Coupling, which is this. So it's a tension lock coupling with a little pin So that is supposed to plug into, don't know if my camera will see it, right there you can see the little box. That is also kinematic, but my gripe is I run KD couplings, so this won't do the job I need it to. But I know how I'm going to adapt this anyway, so I will still be using this. But it would have been nicer if it was a NEM pocket, rather than saying, here's a coupling, it's a tension lock, which will fit none of my rolling stock, as I run the KDs. So that will just sit there, as that will need to be adapted. Well, I'll move off of there. So in the manual it does show how it goes on, but yeah, Hornby, you did NEM pockets the whole way through the train, including the opposite end of the observation car, because you provided magnets and a drawbar. Made it easy for me to put a KD on the opposite end to work it with my stuff. So why, when you first decided to introduce a coupling to this end of the train, why was it not an NEM pocket? That is my only issue with the set of carriages. So slightly disappointing with that, because it means it's not universal and I can't just attach a coupling easy. I have to physically go at it with tools. But considering that is my only issue, they are still magnificent coaches, and I look forward to seeing how I get on with them when I build my proper layout. So that will sit in the box for now. So I'm now going to get the slout powered up for the first time in ages, and we'll see if I can run them round, as that is an untested thing. But I'll turn this around. And we'll bring up that last set of coaches we'll put on. So that's how it goes with the nice close coupling, or the corridor extensions. Fills up the gap where the doorways are, which is pretty cool when you're on a straight, but they open up wide when you're on a corner. Kind of unavoidable, but they still look amazing when behind a nice engine. I just need to get one of my A4s back in service so I can use that on them. So I'll stop the video, get everything set up that I need, and then hopefully I can get out one of my engines to pull this thing around the track. Hopefully. Right, so here we go. Look at the coaches with all the lighting on. Oh, observation car's not lit. I'll get to that one in a minute because it's a bit out of reach. So we'll start with this one up here. So we can now see the interior details of the coaches. So they're actually individually coloured interiors this time around, rather than just a single bit of moulded plastic with only one colour. So it's quite nice. You even got lighting above the windows on those sections, so they're still lit. Coming around the column, you've got coach C. So at some point I will be opening these coaches up to put people in them. As far as I've been able to work out, they're just a few clips to open. So we've now got the first class coaches, so we've got our rounded tables in C and D. Then we're back to our third class, which has the square tables. I do like some of the detail in these coaches. Again, more lights on the windows that we can't actually see through. Got tables with folding up bits, I'm presuming. So, again, all amazing detail. And the observation card, which is at least out of my reach. So if I just bring the train around a little bit, got to forgive the power cuts. I don't exactly have clean track, so gotta love the light. And then the seats on this were hydro dipped as well. Trying to manoeuvre when I've got limited room. Let's ditch the support. So if we now head around the tail, why do we not have... There we go. We have our red lights, which... yeah, they're coming on and off briefly because the track they're sitting on is dirty, so every time they maintain contact they come back. So we circle around this side of the obs. Got lovely wood detailing in there as well. First train I've truly seen this level of interior detail. Now, I was trying to find an adequate engine to pull this. Unfortunately, the engine I wanted was constantly throwing a fit because, well, I was going to use the P2, which is LNER as well. You can see how well that went. She's not on the track. So we have a 37 stepping in. The lower level wasn't really designed for steam locomotives. So if we pull this train back onto a straight, we can then fire her up. Now this is just to see how... oh, I must have popped. Right, so after a failed test run around the layout and a little bit of trial and error, it seems it wants to go better this way around. So the tail end is currently tucked into a one of my 3 DMU sidings over there. So that's way too long for that siding anyway. Cutting across that bit onto a stretch track I normally keep clear. I would have used the HST or IPT sidings, but I'm using this track, I can get a better run. So let's set her off. Takes up pretty much the entire reversing loop. That whole loop is a bit problematic, so the fact that she just got around that is okay. Downside is I am now running out of track. Which is why this entire yard panel or yard area is getting demolished and rebuilt. Not only will it be straighter tracks and not weaving between the beams, so it'll look a lot more like the ones at the back but brought to the front. That brown beam won't be there either. Still going to be a 2-level design for the layout, but for trains like this they'll have better sidings on the lower level to be stored in. So with that run done, and the engine now shutting down, so what do I think of the new Coronation set? I like them. They've got to be one of the more beautifully detailed coach sets I have, besides the Pullman Devon Bell rake. So they're shorter coaches as well. They take up, I'd say, a little bit more than the 7-car rake that I've got for the Devon Bell set. Maybe, or about the same length, I suppose. These coaches are considerably shorter, and the Devon Bell Pullmans are longer than the standard Mark 1, so we've also got our next show coming up, which will be in Herne Bay. About a week away now, I suppose. Hoping to get this up today. But yeah, they are beautiful coaches. I will have to modify the tail coupling, which I'll probably just cut the coupling they've got off, and glue a KD on top of it. So that'll be probably a 5-second job, and it should put a coupling at the right height, which means I'll be able to use this properly and not have to push and pull it from one end. So always best to have NEMs on coaches and rolling stock. It makes it easier for people like me that don't run the traditional couplings, because I prefer my couplings and they work better with the magnets I put under the track. But other than that, if you're still watching, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.